Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Where's my super suit?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
You know how long I've been waiting for this?
Hold on to your butts.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Say hello to my little friend.
It's a trap.
Avengers!
Assemble.
And here we go.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yo! What's good, good people? It is Monday night. Time to keep calm and collect and figure out where the camera's going to go. Hope you are having a great start of your week. Let's do like we always do. Let's start our Mondays off by giving a duck away. So if you look in the live chat, you'll see where I have a link already set up so that you can go to last week's live. That's where I'll be picking a comment from. And this gives you an opportunity to sit there and put a comment in if you haven't already. So to give you time to do that, let's go ahead and let's go through the chat and let's say hello to people. Actually, for whatever reason, I don't know what the deal is, but my doc for my pop-up chat just keeps messing up. It's weird. I don't like it because I really like my pop-up chat thing. It's pretty awesome when it works. And it's just it's all of a sudden just stopped. I don't know. Maybe it needs an update or something. Anyways, the ones that are not in the little pop-up chat thing while we're waiting on it to see if it's going to work is Larry L. Green Machine says first and first. Woo! Hello, hello. Oh, what's going on, Larry? Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. And we got Mr. Akins in the house as well. Gambit is going to make a name for himself by eating a cat. A cat? What? No. Come on. Come on. Gambit ain't eating no cat. Come on. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how, how far you want to go with that. But as far as just like a normal cat, no. All right. Michael Baker's in the house now. He says it's March. Winter is on the way out. Yes, it has been pretty warm here in Alabama lately. So I anticipate there being one more severe cold front that comes through just when we get ready to put up all the, pants and long sleeve shirts and stuff like that. And yeah, it'll just all of a sudden it'll be like a winter wonderland here. So, but yeah, why is my chat not working? Let's see. Did this turn off? Did this turn off? Maybe that, no. It's showing that they're there. Oh, poop. Let's see. Can I? Showing another. Forgive me, I'm trying to get this pop-up chat thing going. Let's keep this page open. Okay, it's open. It's open. Disable optional. How do I fix this? How do I fix it? There is a new version available. So maybe that's part of it. Let's try this again. Ah ha ha ha. That works. Why is it not working then? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. First ever. I don't know what it is. I do see where there's a new version available, so I guess I probably need to go ahead and update that. That probably is going to fix everything. I just have been ignorant and not wanting to actually look at it. So, what better time to do it than when I'm live, right? Right? Yes. All right, let's see what everybody else got. Mr. Aiken says he is Cajun. He can make that cat taste awesome. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. You know it's going to be covered in bacon. Larry says too stringy. I maybe. I saw like a documentary one time where they were like showing how they sell cats in Asia for like eating and like how they like prepare them. It's horrific. Like absolutely positively. Like if you're a cat person, I wish I could tell you what documentary it was so you did not watch it. But yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So, all right. I've jabbered enough. And those are the announcements. Those are old. Those are old announcements. Actually, let's look at the giveaway books. We'll pad a little bit more time and we'll look at the giveaway books because that's what these ducks are for, right? And March is National Reading Month. So I picked out 4 trades to give away this month. So if you're a reader, then like this is the win for you. Okay? So let's check these out.
Big box of comics. I'll keep picking up if you heavy.
All right. So, starting things off. Let's see if I can fix that. We have got Neil Gaiman's Preludes and Nocturnals, The Sandman, 30th anniversary. This is the trade, so it features, I think, issues 1 through 6. 1 through 8. It collects issues 1 through 8. Sandman, Preludes and Nocturnals, Volume 1. So, starting off. And that was another thing. I wanted to find, like, #1 stuff. So you could pick it up and just start reading. So, Sandman, Preludes and Nocturnals, Volume 1 of the Sandman. This features issues 1 through 8. This is not a #1, but, like, it's an iconic story. So, The Death of Superman. This features... What does it feature? Collects Action Comics 18 through 20, Adventures of Superman 496 through 498, Superman 73 through 75, Superman the Man of Steel 17 through 19, and for the first time ever in a collected edition, News Time: The Life and Death of Superman. So this is again another little trade thing. It looks like it is the first volume of The Death of Superman, but still, that's pretty cool, I think. And this is a fan favorite of a lot of people's. Batman the New 52, Volume 1. This collects... What does it collect? I can't see. Collecting Batman 1 through 6. So 1 through 6, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Volume 1 of the Batman the New 52. So a good starting on point for that. And since it's so freaking DC heavy... We'll put a big Marvel book in there because I don't have 5. I wanted 5 because there's 5 Mondays, but I don't have a 5th one right now. If I find one, I'll add it. But here we go. Black Panther. This is a big book right here. Let's see, what does it collect? Like, I think it's got table of contents in here. So Black Panther, we got Fantastic Four number 52, Fantastic Four number 53, then Jungle Action Comics 6 through 21. So yeah, that's all of that in this one book right here. So a good starting off place for the Black Panther. That's the giveaway for the month. So pretty excited about that. Think it's fairly awesome. Hopefully y'all think it's awesome for National Reading Month and hopefully a reader gets to grab this package here at the end of the month. So let's say hello to some people real quick in the chat. We got Bryant with I hit the wrong thing. What am I doing? What happened? Let's see. We've got Bryant with hello everyone. I have comic issues. I hope all of your issues are comics. Thank you so much, Bryant. Appreciate you. Michael Baker, I'll fight you for my cats. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yes. Let's see, Mr. Akins. Looking at the chat, not all your issues are comics. Otaku Mike in the house. What's going on, Mike? Appreciate you. Says hello, everyone. Phil Angling in the house as well. Appreciate you. Adventures Joe Aiken blew out his back trying to lift. I know, right? I know. Big Thick Box Comics. Otaku Mike in the house. Oh, I love Death of Superman. Fantastic. Rich from Comic Cap Collectibles in the house. Yo, hello all. What is going on, Rich? Appreciate you. Mr. Akins. Let's see. Awesome giveaway. Thank you very much, Larry. That's a huge giveaway. It's pretty big. Pretty big stack. That's what I was going for. I was wanting a big reading stack is what I was wanting for. So like I said, if I can find one more book, that would be awesome. We'll see though. We shall see. Cool. I think that's it. So, let's see. Let's do the giveaway. That's not the right giveaway. Here we go. This is the right giveaway. All right. Field certificate users. 4 plus 4 is 8. No, 8. Get comments. Amount of unique comments, 7. Cool. All right. Start. And the first winner of the month is none other than Phil Angling. You, sir, got a duck. Good list, some good books. Appreciate you, Phil. Phil, you're on the list. You got a duck, sir. Congratulations. Phil Angling. Cool. All right. Let's see. What else? We got Casino Mike in the house. What's going on? Mike, appreciate you. Let's see. Yeah. Yes. Right. Awesome sauce. All right. Let's get to the top 10. Let's see how it goes. All right, so here's your top 10 right here. We'll go over those, and we'll go over like why they're on the list. Well, what we can go over as far as like why they're on the list. Hence the title kind of for the tonight's episode. Like, is there indie manipulation? Is that what's going on here? Let's look at the bottom 10. Let's see, we got some absolute Batman. I believe this cover just, like the original artwork, I think this cover just sold for a good bit. I don't know what this top secret is. Web of Spider-Man, first Tombstone right there. I assume that's because of the new upcoming movie. That's got to be a ratio for Murder Drones. That looks like a Rocketeer book. Probably another ratio. Not sure at all what that is. Or that. X-Files on the list. Yes. I may have to put my X-File books up then. Not my Ash Can though. I got the Ash Can at a 9.8, so I'm pretty excited about that. Nectar. And then again, Murder Drones. Another ratio, it looks like, because it's a version variant. So yeah, that's the bottom right there for the most part. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what half of these are. But let's see what y'all got. We got Casino Comics has just woke up. I feel you. Well, I guess I don't know, man. That sounds miserable almost. Because I think we're in the same time zone. Yeah, we're in the same time zone. That's crazy. Mr. Aiken says got none of these. Nice. Larry 0 for none on the bottom. And Baker, wow, hardest list I've seen in a long time, maybe ever. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't have alternatives for like half of this stuff. I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing 4 alternatives. And like, I even like tried to get some help. Like, I resorted to like AI looking for help. And I didn't like the stuff that it was giving me. I'm like, I'm not gonna just sit there and just throw stuff up there, just throw stuff up. So I was like, no. If there ain't nothing good, then we're just gonna keep on rolling. Cool. Here we go. Top 10. Let's talk about these. First things first, we've got Mask number 1. This is on the list because I think Mask is like, from what I was reading, has made its official debut in the Energon universe. There's a bunch of stuff like hinting at them coming around. And now I think it's like official that they're in the Energon universe. So that's probably why this book is on here. Oh, bless me. So we got fines at $13. My alternative is this book right here. It's Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light. This is also a Hasbro property. I went online looking around to see like what other properties could possibly show up in this whole Energon, Void Rivals, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Mask universe that's like pretty much Hasbro. And this was a property, I believe, that Hasbro still has per like the Reddit thread that I was reading. And they even mentioned that the planet that the Visionaries are on, that it was mentioned in a Void Rivals book. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So I went with Visionaries. I think a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I think people are also looking at this one as well. Fines are at $6 right now for this book. But you can see like these sales are pretty recent. This was like in the beginning of July. This was February. This was like just the other day, the end of February, 24th. So like other people are thinking about this book as well. So yeah, Visionaries. If you're into this whole Energon, Hasbro kind of thing, then you may be interested in Visionaries, and that may be something they tie in later on. So there you go. First one up. First alternative, Visionaries. Let's see where everybody is at. Dale is Suspense in the house. What is going on, Dale? Yo, appreciate you coming out. Larry, I take that back. I have that Web of Spider-Man. Nice. That's a solid pickup right there. I need to grab one of those. I haven't done it yet, and but like I feel like it's like one of those like low key Spider-Man villains that like people just don't give enough respect to. So Dale on the board, 1 for 1 because of Mask. Nice. Graveyard. Oh, that's miserable. That is miserable. I hate that for you, man. Hopefully the pay helps. Bryant is at 1 for 1. Baker, 0 for 1. Don't have this, but I will have Mask when it debuts in the Energon universe this June. Okay. So they're going to come out with their own book, or what's the deal with that? 0 for 2 says Baker, and Larry, 1 for 2 says Dale. Bryant, 1 for 2. Bottom tier collector, fellow statesman in the house. What's going on, bottom tier? Thanks for coming out. Dale, we're not getting 2 tonight, brother. We may get 2. I don't know. That's funny. We'll see. We got 5 more alternatives. We got 5 more alternatives. So let's move on to the next one. This next book coming in at number 9 is Ted okay? Number 1. This is a pretty cool cover. I like this cover. Near mitts are going for $15. This is kind of like from what I was reading synopsis wise, it was a social kind of thing. Paranoia plays into it. I want to say that like this guy works for the 1 trillionaire in the world or whatever. I'm not really good at selling this book right now. I'm trying to think of the rest of the synopsis that I saw. And what else? What else am I missing? There's something else that I'm missing. There's a new character that's involved, and she's pretty much like spying on this guy. So I can't remember if this was in like a tech world or not. Anyways, yeah, this is on the list. There's no like option news. There's no anything. This is just all kind of like this indie wave that has just kind of started. And like that's the only reason I know that this is on there. So my alternative for this book was Gideon Falls, #1. Now, Gideon Falls is like a horror-based book. Well, actually, I take that back. It's like a sci-fi mystery with horror aspects or horror themes in it. Really cool, interesting book. One of like my top 10 reads. And in part of like when you get into volume 2, especially if I remember right, you deal with a character and they're basically perceived as being like paranoid and schizophrenic, and they're on medicine and they're being watched and like all these things. So it's kind of got some of the same vibes is what it sounded like from this Is Ted Okay book. Near mints for this is $8. Yeah, and there's no new anything on this book here lately. There's a no grade for like $13 or $15 that just sold recently. That's pretty cool. I want to say this was option at one point in time. I'd love to see this come to some kind of like screen. It's a really I like I said, it's one of my top 10. I love this read. So yeah. 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 Let's see. Yes, Mask #1 in June. Their own series, fantastic. I was gonna say I was pretty sure that they already showed up in the Energon, but I know y'all know more than I do as far as that goes because I don't keep up with Energon, much like I don't keep up with a lot of indies either. So, Ted's not okay. It doesn't seem like Ted is okay. Like this, it seems like one of those like we already know the answer to that question kind of thing. Dale of Suspense 1 for 4. Michael Baker 1 for 4. Larry is. Apologies, Larry. Larry 0 for 4. Bottom tier, Jeff Lemire throwback. Absolutely. Jeff Lemire is going to kind of be a theme, I think, for tonight. Well, I say theme, not really a theme, but I don't think this is. If I remember the author for this other book, I think that's a Jeff Lemire as well. So like we'll be seeing his name again. 1 for 4, got Gideon Falls from 22. Alternative win. Nice. All right. Coming to #8, we have got Murder Drones, y'all. Murder Drones, and they have kind of taken over. From what I understand, this is like a YouTube series. Like somebody's made this on YouTube. And it's about, let me see if I can get this straight. It's about certain robots who are like trying to flee or hide out from these other like murder drones that feed off of oil, or oil, as I say. And yeah, that's kind of the premise, I think, of the story from all the synopsis stuff. So like this was a really hard book to find stuff that would go with it. There was some. This is one of the books though that when I was talking to ChatGPT, I was like, "Look, this is the book. I'm trying to figure out stuff to go with it, kind of thing." And this is one of the ones that it gave me, and it sounded pretty cool. It's called We Three. I believe this is like a 3-issue series. Like it's not really long. Main characters in this are a dog, a cat, and a rabbit. And basically they like get these cybernetic enhancements, and they're trying to flee for their lives is what it boils down to. Very Fine's $9 for this. Near Mint sitting at $1. Last sold in August, so maybe you can find a deal on this. But yeah, it was just kind of one of those where like these innocent characters are trying to flee for their lives, kind of deal. And this dealt with like CyberX and whatnot like that. So We Three. This is also written by Grant Morrison. That was another thing that was pretty cool. Art by Frank Quietly. Man, it's a killer team right there. So there you go. Give We Three a try if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Let's see where everybody is at. Well, looky there, Baker. We got two. Nice. So do we play it? Because we hadn't seen it in a bit. So, like, do we go ahead and play it since they got their two? Or do we wait and see? Like, do we wait and see? I'll wait for y'all's answer on that. 3G in the house. Howdy, everyone. What's going on? Man, I appreciate you. 1 for 6 says Baker. 0 for 6 says Larry. Does a combined 2 really count, though? That's what I'm asking. I know we hadn't talked to him in a while, so. Let's see. If you talk to ChatGPT, make sure you are nice so that when AI takes over, they will say, spare this one. He was nice to us. I'm not going to lie. I straight up cussed out Google AI Studio. Like, straight up called it all kinds of bad obscenities and names. Like, full-blown typed it out because it was making me so mad one night. Because it would be like, here's your image now. And then I was like, this is not my image. You didn't do what I asked you to do. And so, like, that's why I say, like, AI is, like, especially the free stuff, like, it's still, like, just, it's a tool. It's just a tool. It's not going to do everything. Not right now, anyways. Otaku Mike, We Three is a sad read if you love animals. Oh, I do love animals. I do. Dale says, let's wait. Nice. 1 for 6 says Dale. Cool. All right. Coming at number 7, we have got The House of Lothar. The House of Lothar. Now, the synopsis that I read said this was a girl that came in to be a housekeeper, groundskeeper, something to that effect. She's going to be keeping up with the house, essentially. And finds out, like, the house is, like, haunted. So my mind immediately went to Lock and Key, and I was like, I've used that one. I don't want to just, like, keep using that one. So I went with this other one that I recently read. The story is weird. Honestly, it's just really freaking weird. I think it ended well overall, but still just a really weird story. I think it's a 5-issue miniseries written by Scotty Young, and that is The Me You Love in the Dark. This is an author that's looking to kind of like get over that writer's block. She rents this house, and the house is haunted. But then it gets really weird. Like, it goes down a really weird road. So, if you know kind of thing. But, yeah, I went with this one, haunted house kind of thing. Near Mint's $3. I can't tell people to go out and necessarily like it's I don't want to say stuff because I don't want to ruin it. Because like even though it's not one of my favorite reads, like it could be somebody else's. So the concept's cool. The ending I liked for the most part, but man, it's a weird read. So yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm going with. The Me You Love in the Dark has that same kind of vibe of like a haunted house and whatnot. And somebody who's not like normally there kind of thing. So, well, what program were you using? I was using the Google AI Studios, the Nano Banana. I use that for usually like the podcast thumbnails and some of my YouTube thumbnails. And it's really hard to talk to it sometimes to get it to like fully understand exactly what you're trying to do. And I found out here this past weekend that Disney's put out like a cease and desist order with AI. So Nano Banana no longer will allow me to do like the superhero stuff, like with Iron Man and Captain America and stuff like that. Because I was trying to make a thumbnail for this past episode for the Comically Comics podcast, and because we're doing the Time Runs Out Storyline by Jonathan Hickman, and I got this really cool one that it gave me last time. Love it. I just wanted to tweak it, and it was like, no go, bro. I can't even, adjust the one that you got. And I'm like, you suck. So yeah, Richard did put me on to a different program that's online. So it's like, you don't even have to install it. It's web-based. And it's a lot like Photoshop is what he's saying. So I'm going to tinker around with that and see if I can like adjust it and change it and stuff. The image that I have to make it work. But yeah, that's the thing. Bottom tier, that cover gives me Lady and the Tramp animated vibes. With the House of the Loather, yeah, that gave me like feral. I want to say what's the what? What the what? As Mr. Aiken says, feral and what's the stray dogs? I got feral, stray dogs. This is like Oliver and Company kind of vibes, which Trish Forstner gives me like big time Oliver and Company vibes. I commented on one of her pieces or whatever about that, and she like took that as a compliment because I guess that was like one of her inspirations or whatever. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I get those same kind of vibes from that anyways, if that's what you're talking about. All right, Michael Baker is 1 for 8. Larry is 0. Mr. Akins is 1. Bryant is 1 as well. There he is. Dale of Suspense 2, baby.
Got my 2.
Dale, not only did you get your 2, but you're in the lead, sir. You are in the lead. Look at that. 0 for 8 says 3G. Dale of Suspense. Boom, right? Now you can play it, right? Yeah. Dale, woo! Mr. Akins, Disney is developing their own AI model, so you will have to pay to make images of their IPs they own. I forgot all about their AI system. I really did forget all about all that. That's a good point there, Mr. Akins. On top of like, people were making some really good stuff with like, from what Richard was telling me, it was like Wolverine versus like Henry Cavill's Superman and stuff. So yeah, I mean, when it's there, people gonna play. Like, Dale of Suspense, yay! I do collect. It reminds me of that kid from Big Daddy. I can wipe my own ass. Let's see. When 2 is the lead, the list is winning by a mile, right? Will Dale win? He's building the suspense. Absolutely. Nice play. Nice play on words. Coming at number 6, is Ted okay? Number 1. This is the A cover right here. Pretty cool cover. Let's see. Ooh, pardon me. Near Mint's going for $14. My pick, and this was my pick, was another book that I personally didn't enjoy. I really liked the concept, though. The concept of the whole story sold me on it. I just felt like the delivery... I felt like... First of all, I felt like they kind of catfished me, I'm not going to lie. Because my expectations of the book were completely different than the way they were presented. And the ending kind of fell flat for me. But I know a lot of people that do like this book, or I've heard of a lot of people enjoying this book. And that is The One Hand by Ram V. Ram V, I really liked a lot of his stuff, and it just feels like the more and more I read of his, though, now, the more and more I don't like his stuff. So maybe that's a thing. But the one hand, this is a 12 issue series. It is compiled of 6 issues of the one hand and 6 issues of the Six Fingers. And the one hand is a story about a detective after a murderer who goes by the Six Fingers. And the Six Fingers is about said murderer. Now, you'd think this would be like a cat and mouse kind of game, and like this would be like I don't know, just kind of an intense, like, back and forth whodunit kind of thing. And it's not that at all. It is not that at all. In fact, they tell you who the murderer is in, like, the first book on the Six Fingers. And it's just, like, it was disappointing for me. But I think if you're in the right mindset, and then, like I said, I've heard other people say that this is a good book and they enjoyed it. It was just not my, and I think this was like I think this was like an Eisner winner or something too. Like this won an award, if I remember right. But Very Fine's going for $3. Near Mint's sitting at $2. Last sold in July of last year for $1. Like nobody's looking for this book. In fact, I've been seeing the one hand and the 6, I think it's the one hand, that volume on mycomicshop.com in their like dollar bin lately. So there's a good opportunity to get this book for really cheap. But yeah, that's my pick right there. Another like, let's see, is Ted okay? So like another one of those like paranoia, like people are watching you. This is done in a very like cyberpunk future, like Blade Runner stuff like that, kind of like vibes and feels, which is another reason why I went for the is Ted okay kind of thing. So yeah, that's where I'm at on that. That's what I'm going for. I do collect. Bottom tier, man, good concept, poor execution gets me with a lot of stories. Yeah, it sucks, man. It absolutely sucks. Dale's Suspense is 2 for 10. Michael Baker, 1 for 10. Larry is 0 for 10, as well as 3G. Michael Baker, I really enjoyed Ron V's run on Detective Comics. Just ended last year. I don't think I ever read his Detective Comics. I did read his version of Swamp Thing when they had a new avatar for the Green. And, like, it was actually pretty good what all I read. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know if he necessarily stuck the landing. But, like, for what I... Hashtag yawn. From what I read, I really enjoyed it. So, and there's actually an omnibus that is coming out for it, and I'm tempted to buy it and just go ahead and get rid of the rest of my floppies. But I don't know. It's still kind of steep, even with the discount. I think even with the discount, it's like $70 or $85. So, yeah. Bryant with I Have Comic Issues is 1 for 10. Nice. Okay, let's see. Where am I at? I'm at number 5. Murder Drones, number 1. No, this is a variant. This is not the normal one. Near Mint's for $11 for Murder Drones, number 1. My alternative, and this was another one, and but ChatGPT backed me up on it, which I thought was pretty cool. I was like, okay, cool. My mind's in the right area then. At least from like the stuff that I was like reading about this book. But Descender number 1 is my alternative for this. This is kind of the opposite of Murder Drones number 1, where like Earth had an issue with AI and robotics, and so they like banned it and got rid of like all the robotics. And this is written by Jeff Lemire as well. So there we go. There's another Jeff Lemire sighting. And but however, this boy is like an android. And so like he's on the run, basically just trying to stay alive is what it seems like. So I've heard really good things about this book. I've heard this in the sequel to it, Ascender. And John's Comics with Kids gave this book a lot of praise. So it's one to definitely, I think, check out. I have yet to check it out. But Descender number 1, Near Mint's going for $4 right now for this book. Last one sold in January for $1. So yeah, there you go. Another futuristic kind of thing that's got to deal with androids and robots and all that other jazz. So for Murder Drones #1. All right. Let's see. Hashtag yawn for milkshakes, right? Right? 0 for 12 says Larry. 2 for 12 says Dale. 1 for 12 says Mr. Akins. And Bryant, 1 for 12. Nice. Nice. All right, Larry's getting ahead of me. He's going on and moving to issue #4, which is Murder Drones #1. Once again. Has anybody read Murder Drones? Is it any good? Does anybody watch the series on YouTube? Do we really think that they're doing this like market manipulation for all these indie books? Like, it's like, why are people jumping on all these #1s looking for the next big hit? Like, what's the deal? What, like, so many indies have sat there and jumped up organically that, like, none of that needs to happen. You know what I mean? Like, think about the last few years. Like, the indie market's probably been the strongest it's been since the 90s. You know what I mean? And, like, things like, I don't know. I mean, we've been talking about indie books all night tonight. Gideon Falls, The Me You Love in the Dark, The One Hand, Descender. Like, those are all, like, from indie companies. And that's not to mention, like, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. Twig, when Twig came out. Like, that was a huge hit. And people just got it and loved it for the story. There was something else here recently that it was like, there was no movie hype. There was no, like indies have done more as far as, like, indies have done more with comic book stuff than the big two have. Because, like, people have just been getting the stuff, reading it, and loving it. And, like, that's why there's been so much hype on that stuff. But now it's just, like, any #1 that's coming out, it's just getting just hyped up to stupidness. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just, like, is it actual manipulation kind of thing? Bright, I think you answered your question. How so? Because I was just kind of throwing, like, stuff out there. I mean, stuff that I believe. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but at the same time, like I said, there's been so many good indie books, and, like, indies have been, I feel like, running the market. You know what I mean? For the last 2 or 3 years. What the fuck was that? Okay, well, that freaked me out. I thought I heard something. But, like, I just don't. I don't see the need and I don't see the need in the indie market needing that kind of hype. Like, is it just because it's easier? Like, I wonder if that's the thing. Like, it's just easier to hype up indies #1s than it is to try and hype up, like, Marvel, DC. Because right now, like lots of, like, I don't hear anybody talking really a whole lot about, like, if it's not Absolute, I don't hear anybody talking about it. Not from Marvel or DC. I don't even hear people talk about Ultimate Spider-Man anymore. So, I don't know. Let's see what y'all think. Bottom tier says, love indie publishers. They need their place in the hobby, but it's hard to get hype for books that largely pull the rug out from under you at 6 to 12 issues. Yeah. or they fall off. One or the other. Because there's several books. It's almost like if you're an indie book, you better be a mini series. Like, you're probably not going to last. You're probably not going to be an ongoing. Like, you got to be a mini series kind of thing, and maybe have room for a sequel. I don't feel like Dork's proved itself yet, though. And I feel like for Dork, I feel like that was like Twig was the best comparison for Dork. Like, as soon as I saw Dork and I heard what it was about, like, Twig was the very first book that came to mind. And I feel like Twig got a lot of love, even like issue 2 and like on through. Twig got a lot of love. There was a start, there was an end, there's room for a sequel, and like there's even been talks about a sequel. And but Dork like hit the ground running, but there was no necessarily reason why. Like, Twig at least had like an ash can or something that came out. Like, I don't think Dork had an ash can. 22 Dale called you a dork. That's funny. Yes, I'm a dork, 100%. Let's see. DC, Marvel just sell IPs, but they still put out decent stories from time to time. From time to time, yes. Like, not all modern stuff is trash. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I had a lot of comments that came in off of one of my videos about how, like, all modern stuff is trash. And I feel like a lot of it is. Personally, like, I feel like a lot of it is. But, like, there are some good stuff in there. So, like, you can't say all of it is. And you can't necessarily, like, sit there and be like, I'm not picking up any market. Because you're going to miss out, like, on something if you don't try certain things or give certain things a chance. I'm not saying, like, always sit there and be giving out $5. But, like, every now and again, something that seems interesting, I do think you should go ahead and be like, I'm going to hit play on that one. I'm going to try that one out. But it needs to earn my money after this. Like, first one's on me, but you got to earn my money after that. You better grab me, kind of thing. Grab the Glock, absolutely. Mine is mine's a Ruger. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you, Dale. Like, that's bottom tier. I got super invested in Lee Bermejo's Suiciders. 6 issues and a mini spin-off. The story just stopped. No conclusion, no nothing. I felt burned. Kind of swayed me away from indie. Oh, yeah. I could, like, yeah. When you get there and there's no actual closure, it's like, bruh. Like, that's why I sold all of my Southern Bastards run. I collected all that in floppy. 1 through 20. And I was like, as I'm going along and reading it, I'm like ready to sit there and like buy hardcovers of it. And then I noticed that there's only one hardcover, and it's for the first volume. And I'm like, what? And the first volume, like, it doesn't even that doesn't even consist of all like 1 through 20 issues. And I was like, oh, so I was like, that's kind of weird. So then as I got going though, and I got to the end, like, the story's not complete. Like, it's not done. And I'm like, what? Like, I just invested all this. I invested money. I invested time. I invested, like, all this in this story. And the first volume is fantastic. I love it. But then it takes a hard left and goes down a road that I was like, I don't even want to go down this road. Like, I don't even want this. This isn't even the story that I want. This isn't even the character that I want to follow. What are you doing? And yeah, I don't want to spoil that one because, like, I really, like, I'll tell people to go check out volume 1 of Southern Bastards. It's really good. But, like, it's when you get to the end of that, like, you got to realize you're about to go down a different road than you thought. So, I understand what you're talking about. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. But I went down all that road to sit there and say, I don't have an alternative for this book. So, yeah, Murder Drones #1. I think this is the A cover. Just near mints are going for $14. Okay. I kind of wonder where all this stuff will be. Well, actually, that was not the A cover. This is the A cover right here. Murder Drones #1. Again, just hype. This series has got a book. Near mint score for $15. But like how it's gonna be like what, Gen Z, Gen Alpha that really push this book, right? Because like how many of us are sitting there watching, the Gen X, the millennials? Because that's what I'm a millennial. So like how many of us are sitting here watching Murder Drones on YouTube and getting ready to go buy this book? Like, I don't think there's many of us. I'm not saying there's none, but I don't think there's many. So, let's see. Let's go on back. Nectar. Here we go. This is pre-sale. Nectar's a hard one because I can't find anything that's like Nectar. And I know it hasn't come out yet, but going off like the synopsis, like I can't get past Nectar. Oh, I can't find anything for it. I know this cover's amazing. Jonathan Wayshak, 1 of 10 ratio, #1. Near mint's going for $111, y'all. Holy piss. I didn't even realize it was that much. $111.
Yeah, how about that? If she'd just got 99, she wouldn't have made it. But she got 100.
That's bananas. Freaking bananas. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I really don't. Like, butterflies that carry some kind of a plague and that feed off of blood. Like, I don't know how this is going to land. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's seen the interiors. All we're going off of is that synopsis with these covers. And, like, more than likely, the covers are not going to be as good. The interiors are not going to be as good as these covers. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Come on. All right, and then coming at #1, again, Nectar, #1, pre-sale right here. Cool covers, like really cool covers, but I don't know. Near mint's $32, $32 for Nectar #1, and it's been on pre-sale for like 2 weeks now. It's been on the list for 2 weeks. It should be coming out this here in 2 days. We'll see. We'll see what it does. That's bananas, though. And I wonder, like, are comic book stores going to sit there and are they going to upcharge at the counter for these Nectars? You know what I mean? Like, I heard of another, I believe it was Dope Comics. He was trying to get White Sky. And he asked for it per him, and I have no reason to not believe him. But he asked for it before anybody started talking about White Sky. He had it in his box, and the guy was going to charge him $20 for it. $20 for it. Bro. Oh, I'd have been livid. I'd have been so mad. I am all up for, like, people making money. In positive, like, you can't be a scumbag, is what I'm getting at. You can't be a scumbag and make money. I don't think that's right. And so, I will say, though, if I was a comic book store owner, like, I've bought all these books and I got to sell them. And so, if somebody put it on their pull list, I would absolutely sell that for a cover price. Absolutely sell it for cover price. But if I know what it's going for online because it's hot and I've got those on my shelf, they're probably not going to be cover price. They're probably going to be up priced at least a little bit. At least a little bit. I'd try to make it to where, like, we both win. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to want, like, a bunch of scalpers coming in looking for that. But, like, I want my books to sell too. So it would be one of those where like we're gonna win. You know what I mean? And maybe if my customers that come in and I know them and I know their readers, I'd be like, yo, look, you'll get it for cover price kind of thing. But like all this other stuff, absolutely not. Like, no, you put it in my box and then you tell me you're gonna charge me like what the eBay price is? F off. Absolutely not. No. No. The hell out of here. All right, let's see. Bottom tier collector says, God, are we past Gen Z? I'm only a millennial and so old. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. Yo, I just went over 40 last year. And this year, it was late last year. And I've been talking a lot with my wife lately, and I'm like, I gotta find a doctor. I gotta find an actual dentist because like I need to start getting those stuff checked out just to make sure, you know what I mean? Like that we catch anything that's on, in time. My boss died here like a year ago, and he was only like 5 years older than me or something like that. And he wound up having appendicitis. They cut him open, was going to take his appendix out, and wound up finding cancer in his appendix. Next thing you know, they're like, we have no idea where this cancer's at, so like we're having to find it or where it's originating from or whatever. Freaking dude didn't even make it to like be able to try and fight necessarily the cancer. Like he went downhill and was like gone in like 2 or 3 months, and I was like, that's fucking crazy to just. And like I said, he was like 5 years older than me, 6 years older than me, something like that. Like, it was, and like, we worked together a good bit, and we got along, and yeah. So I'm like, no. I'm gonna do my best to stay around as long as I can. Gen X baby, says Larry. Yeah, I kind of figured somebody in here was a Gen Xer. Kind of figured that. Bottom tier collector. I'm about to look up John Wayshak art. Yeah, he's pretty stellar. He looks like he would be like the next David Mack. Like he's got some awesome vibes. Meatless chicken time. What? That sounds gross. What is that? Brian Peters in the house. What is going on, Brian? Thanks for coming out. Nectar sounds generic. See, I don't know that I necessarily think it's generic, because I can't find necessarily anything like it. But like, does that also make it generic though? Like, is it the fact that like it's so plain that it's just generic? I don't know. That's a thinker for me. 0 for 16 says Larry. 2 for 16 says Dale. Bottom tier. Nope. Canceling my box right then and there. Right? Like that would so piss me off. Absolutely positively piss me off. Shop owners need to take care of the regular. Absolutely. That's where I'm at. Like that's what I'm saying. Bottom tier. I'm all for the incentivizing people getting boxes at my comic store, but don't screw the regular customers paying your bills. Exactly. Know what I mean? Okay, settle down there, Ernest. Know what I mean, Vern? Absolutely. Dale's Suspense. My LCS gave me 2 copies of Dork for cover today. They've been in my box for a minute. Nice. That's awesome. First printing or second printing, Dale? There's my honey. Hey, honey. Love you bunches. Hey. Larry F. Cancer. Yeah. Dale, Gen X 2, 78. 78? Oh, you were born in 78. I was like, Dale, there's no way you're 78 years old. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. 70. I got you. Let's see. Brian, I have heard it was a good read. Which one, Nectar or Dork? I assume you're going to say Nectar. Everybody saying hello to the missus. The Andy Griffith clip.
Yeah, how about that? If she'd just got 99, she wouldn't have made it. But she got 100.
Ta-da! I was watching Andy Griffith with my kids right before I came up here. Well, I had Andy Griffith going on. They were watching it, and I was like kind of like in and out because I was sitting there trying to do the list. But Nectar, yeah, it sounds interesting. I just like it's got to be a miniseries. Like, there's no way that this is an ongoing thing. You know what I mean? Brian, I also got some news. What you got, Brian? What news do you got? We're about to do a hashtag. So, yeah, what hashtag you want to do? My vote is hashtag yawn. See? Meatless chicken. Oh, you can't, come on now. You know Aunt B cooked that stuff from scratch all the time. Signed lease on shop, Crime Alley Comics and Cards. What? Did you open up a shop? That's awesome. Do you have an online presence there, Brian? Crime Alley Comics and Cards. I like that. That's cool. Nice, Brian. Congrats. Yeah, absolutely. Congrats. Hashtag yawn. Hashtag yawn for milkshake. Even saying it makes me want to yawn. Good Lord. Your kids watch Andy? My 7-year-old sees anything older than 2010 and goes, Dad, that's old. Oh, my son. He is like, was that made in like the 1900s, Dad? And I'm like, get out of here with that. You're so trolling me right now. Like, yo, get out of here with that. They like the black and white stuff though. My oldest is 11, youngest is 5, and they seem to, I don't know. I don't know if it's because they've grown up on that kind of stuff to a certain extent. Like first horror movies for them are like Bela Lugosi's Dracula and Boris Karloff's Frankenstein. Like, I try to like introduce them to those kinds of things for like Halloween and whatnot like that to like start getting them into horror. Not the youngest, but like my son, absolutely. And like the Andy Griffith Show, that's one that was like a staple. That's a staple for me and my wife. Like that was like what we used to call our date night kind of thing. I'd ask her on an Andy Griffith date, and we'd lay in bed and we'd watch Andy Griffith at night and then we'd go to sleep to it. Like that was our thing. So I love the Andy Griffith Show. It's one of my favorites. And while I'm blabbering about all this black and white stuff, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Let's. I'm about to say I didn't even have a full list, and I made it a whole hour. All right. Hashtag yawn. Hashtag yawn if you want to end. As you start writing those hashtag yawns, they'll start to populate. So if you've wrote it already once before, it didn't count. You're going to have to do it again. So, but yeah, I don't know. I grew up on black and white stuff, like black and white TV. And like Three Stooges, Andy Griffith. What else? What else did I watch? I didn't do Perry Mason. I didn't do I Love Lucy. I used to watch that growing up. So there was lots of black and white shows that I used to watch growing up. We don't do near as much here with them, but like my kids like the old, like I think it's the 50s, or maybe I think it's the 50s. Popeye, the black and white Popeye cartoons. They watch those. There's another we've been watching Looney Tunes, like the original Looney Tunes stuff, not the new crap, but like the original Looney Tunes stuff. Like that's been great watching that stuff with them. And like we don't have cable, we just do like the over the air like rabbit ear stuff. So there's a channel here. It's like Me Tunes, and it's all the old, like up until like early 90s, I think, cartoons. So I think they have like Cat Dog and like some of that other stuff. I know they have like TMNT. I want to say that I've seen they had like the real Ghostbusters on there. But yeah, they also have Looney Tunes. That's a big one. Tom and Jerry, things like that. So been trying to incorporate more of the older style TV shows with them. And it's awesome. That's awesome, Brian. I'm so excited. Crime Alley Comics and Cards, and he says that there is an online presence. We'll have to check it out. If somebody can drop the link to Crime Alley Comics and Cards in the chat, that'd be great. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We got 7 people in so far with he says he's working on the website now. Fantastic. I'm interested in that. I want to see what you got. I'm super excited about that. Let's see. Milkshakes bring Mrs. 22 to the yard. Do they? I don't know. Maybe my yard. Larry says, I still watch Indie. Yeah, we do too. Love it. Larry's hashtag yawn. Let's see. Joe hashtag yawn. 3G hashtag yawn. Dale is on the yawn. Let's see. That's Larry, Joe, Justin, Dale, Phil, Mr. Akins, Brian. Did Phil already do it? Yes, Phil already did it. Okay, so Phil's already in. Joe's already in. Callie Comics in the house. Hashtag too late to participate. No, you're not. Hashtag yawn. Get it in there, Callie. Get it in there. While we're waiting to see if anybody else wants to do a hashtag yawn for a chance to win, let's go ahead and let's show what these books actually are.
Big thick box of comics. I'll keep picking up at you, Harry.
Awesome. So, thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. Give me the heads up. This is what the ducks are for. This is what the hashtag yawn is for. You get a duck and you get a chance to win this ginormous reader stack right here. This is the Sandman, Preludes and Nocturnals. This is volume 1. This features 1 through, what did we say, 8 of the Sandman. So a good starting on point for Sandman. This is the Death of Superman volume 1. It's got like, I don't know, several books in here. 3. It's got a lot. It's all the Death of Superman stuff, and it says for the first time ever in a collected edition, News Time: The Life and Death of Superman. So awesome, cool thing for Death of Superman. If you want that story, Batman New 52 right here, volume 1. This features issues 1 through 7 of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's Batman, the New 52. And then because there was so much Marvel, we got this big book of Black Panther right here. This has got Fantastic Four 52 and 53 in it, along with Jungle Action Comics 6 through 24. Sorry, 6 through 21. Which Jungle Action Comics was that's where Black Panther went next. We saw him in the Fantastic Four, and then he jumped over to Jungle Action Comics, and he actually started in issue 5, which was a reprint of an Avengers book where it's the first appearance of M'Baku. So this was like that Jungle Action was kind of like the first time T'Challa was getting his own kind of like series. And then after this, you get the Black Panther #1. Well, there's a couple more issues of Jungle Action, and then you get the Black Panther #1. So really early T'Challa stories is what I'm getting at. But very cool, very thick book. Pretty awesome grab. I actually got myself one of those as well because they were $1. And so I was like, yeah, let's get 2 of these bastards. Get me one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. So, all right. Here we go. Larry said there's 13 in the chat. Dagger cards in the house. Hashtag yawn. Appreciate you, Dagger. I'm talking to Rob's Fat Stacks right now. So I will, as soon as I figure out what he does, I'm going to mimic that and get you your books. Me too. What a loot box. I'm just saying. I'm Just saying. I think it's pretty awesome. Like, I would be excited to get that. So, and I haven't even been able to read any of it. $1 score, yeah. So actually, here's some behind the scenes. I'm giving away all my secrets now. This was $1. This was $1. I don't know if this. I've got like 3 or 4 copies of this, and like 2 of them were $1, but then 1 or 2 of them were $4. I can't remember, but yeah, this was cheap. I found my original one at Ollie's to give away, but then I found the rest of these. These were all on mycomicshop.com and they're dollar bins. So, yeah. Love their dollar bins. Love them. Sounds good, bro. Can't wait. Me either. Me either. All right. Let's give the duck away, right? Got 9 entries in there. So here we go. The winner of a duck is none other than Brian Peters, Crime Alley Comics and Cards. Be sure to check that out. You, sir, have a duck. So far, it's Phil and Brian. Cool beans. All right. Hey, that's the Monday show. Thank y'all so much for coming and hanging out with me. I hope y'all had a good time. Hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. Hope y'all stay safe this week. Read some good comic books. Take care of yourselves, your loved ones at home.